How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about it.
Is this real life? I feel crazy. The world is spinning around me. What's happening? You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers.
For years, the warning signs were treated like background noise. Uncomfortable moments were laughed off, troubling clips reduced to memes, and serious questions quietly pushed aside. Now, with 50 Cent reopening the conversation through his documentary, the timeline is being re-examined, and the whispers that once faded into silence are stepping back into the spotlight. At the center is Diddy, a dominant force who helped shape careers, and Justin Bieber, a young star drawn into that powerful circle long before he fully understood it. This isn't about social media hype or recycled rumors. It's about influence, quiet compliance, and how truth can remain hidden for years when too many powerful interests benefit from keeping it that way.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, it's gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Man out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15, you could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
Alright, 16.
You're not ready. Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Josh.
Okay.
Let's slow down,
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Justin Bieber's rise was packaged as a perfect modern success story. But behind the bright lights was a far more complicated truth. A young performer navigating powerful adult environments with little visible safeguarding. Old footage and interviews show him placed in rooms where status, access, and influence seemed to carry more weight than age-appropriate boundaries. For years, those clips lived in plain sight, dismissed as typical celebrity culture instead of being questioned as a pattern of exposure. This isn't about a single moment. It's about normalization, about an industry trained to stay silent. When youth becomes currency for opportunity, the real issue isn't fame, it's accountability, and who ultimately answers for the cost.
You got people in the industry that's been saying for years, this man is having sex with underage. So now the federal government is looking at that like, yo, when is somebody gonna come forward? We got this information, this alleged information, but nobody's willing to come forward. Then they go on and say, yo, Shakur Stewart mysteriously dead. Supposed to be a self-inflicted wound. Person that had everything going for them in their life. Kim Porter dead. Somebody's car gets blown up. This guy is walking around threatening other actors, people. Somebody got to get involved in it. If it ain't the state, let it be the feds. Somebody got to stop him. He lucky that God given him the opportunity to be stopped while he's alive, then have to go to hell and face that shit. He got a chance to repent now, change his life.
You mentioned minors, you know, and a lot of people have been trying to drag Justin Bieber into this situation because there's a lot of like suspect looking videos with Diddy and Bieber in it, and you know, they're making...
For years, 50 Cent positioned himself as an outsider to Sean Diddy Combs' inner circle, close enough to sense the climate, but unwilling to step inside it. Yet his comments were routinely dismissed as nothing more than rivalry. Now, as legal scrutiny intensifies and public opinion recalibrates, those same remarks return with sharper focus and heavier significance. This doesn't validate every claim, but it reshapes the narrative, proving that cautions can surface long before formal acknowledgement ever arrives. The uncomfortable truth is simple. Warnings are easiest to ignore when they come from someone people would rather silence. And that raises a harder question. How many red flags are overlooked, not because they lack merit, but because the voice delivering them disrupts? The influence extended well beyond the studio, determining who stepped into rooms where careers could accelerate overnight or stall without explanation. Justin Bieber's proximity to that circle reflected a larger industry pattern, where advancement often flowed through powerful gatekeepers and private networks rather than transparent, accountable pathways.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also.
Got me a Lamborghini. And
yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, apparently not.
Something, everything.
I believe the guy in the tape is white.
If he's bigger than Diddy, and he's not none of the names that I said, probably so. But then they say he was young too.
Yeah, they say he was young.
Let me get his name right. I hope it ain't the Bieber. I hope it's not the Bieber.
That's a good one. It might be him. But if they saying that the guy is young and he's an A-lister, I can't think of that many black people, man.
Right. Not at all. And somebody that's more powerful, more of a celebrity than Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? If they were saying somebody that was more celebrity than Diddy, he was an A-lister, he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And if he's not black, it would have to be the Bieber. That's his name, Bieber? They said I got that wrong too. Justin Bieber, allegedly. I don't know, bro.
Right. But when you heard the news that Diddy, he had a tape with another man, did that catch you by surprise or no?
Well, all this shit is by surprise to me. A lot of this shit is by surprise to me, to be totally honest, man. Because I knew Puff I knew Puff Daddy.
The deeper issue isn't confined to what may have happened out of sight. It's about why accountability collapses in systems where success hinges on proximity to power. When advancement is driven by access, lines fade, and caution starts to look like weakness instead of protection. In that environment, the real fault line is authority itself. Who truly has the freedom to say no? And who pays the price when they do?
I knew Diddy before he was Love and Brother Love and back to Diddy. So, no, but the diddler, he's the diddler now. A lot of it's surprising, but it's not unheard of. Because you hear of all kinds of shit, and whether it registered with you or you internalize it or something like that, that's a whole nother story. But a lot of this stuff is crazy. But this is the world that we live in now, man. That these individuals thinks is all right. Bruh, when does it comes all right to be sitting there eating food off a naked woman? When did we start doing what they do? Let's keep it a buck. When did we start doing what they do? These guys is popping pills. They got Jay-Z dancing with a chick that's into...
Long before Justin Bieber became a global phenomenon, Usher acknowledged stepping into Diddy's circle as a teenager, and later admitted that the environment exposed him to pressures well beyond his years. That history matters, not as rumor, but as precedent. When similar dynamics surface across generations, coincidence weakens, and a pattern begins to take shape. With influence and trust handed down without real reform, the pressing question becomes unavoidable. If discomfort was identified once before, why did the structure remain intact when the next young star walked into the same corridor of power?
You change your mind. Look at Lil Nas X. He fizzled out fast too.
So would you say someone like Justin Bieber's a victim? I just seen he is reportedly selling his whole catalog because he's broke.
Yeah. Yeah. And once he finishes getting that money, I don't understand why he's broke. He didn't have to be broke. Usher just wouldn't stop robbing him.
Damn.
I mean, Usher couldn't keep his hands out of his pocket. It's funny. He got him signed and turned over custody to Diddy. And boy was never the same, and neither was Usher's pockets, because Usher's been living off of Justin Bieber's money. He ain't been living off of his own. Because the truth is, Usher don't really make that kind of money. And I'm really just kind of sick and tired of Usher reigning.
Yeah,
I'm really kind of disgusted with Usher reigning, who does Greek wrestling nude with men over Frosted Flakes, allegedly. Like, I'm sick and tired of this guy who everyone knows got the Diddy bumps, who's been sued for passing them on and lost, is still sitting there disgracing women in front of their men who bought the tickets to like that whole scheme.
He's causing a lot of divorce courts.
Yeah, but why? He don't even want them. He don't want them women. He's literally doing it just to destroy relationships.
As scrutiny around Diddy intensified, many once-aligned voices faded into careful silence. Meanwhile, 50 Cent amplified his stance, exposing an unspoken industry equation. Speaking up can fracture alliances, while staying quiet preserves them. Here, loyalty and self-interest blur beyond recognition. This isn't driven by panic as much as calculation. In a landscape where truth competes directly with professional survival, silence becomes the safest strategy. And the question grows sharper. Is genuine accountability even possible within a system built to protect itself?
I watched a video of an interview of Justin Bieber, and he was talking about Billie Eilish. And he was like, he was almost in tears. He's like, I just want to protect her. I just want to keep her safe.
Yeah.
What do you think he went through?
Because he knows what's been happening to Billy. Just like everybody knew what was happening to Millie Bobby Brown girl with Drake. These people are monsters.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real thing. Real life street stars. Know what time it is.
Jermaine Dupri said something interesting. He said the reason that R&B isn't as powerful as it is anymore is because children are going to church.
Yeah.
What is it about the transfer from the spiritual to the secular do you believe that's what made R&B so powerful?
Understand this. Rhythm and blues was a combination of gospel and soul music. Because soul music has always been around in one form or another. It's just evolved throughout the years. When you got gospel, rhythm and blues, that's what put that together. That's why they made such a big stink about the Ray Charles incorporating gospel sounds into secular music. Because they wanted people to separate the two. This is demon, this is good. The truth is none of that's real. There is no bad, there is no good. There is what is and there is what is not. And that's sad. But when you take the spirit that comes from that.
Justin Bieber has never publicly accused Diddy of criminal conduct, yet his candid reflections on anxiety, instability, and emotional exhaustion add serious weight to a far more layered narrative. He has spoken about being launched into extreme pressure at a young age, surrounded by adults with competing interests, managing global success without the guidance or tools needed to protect his well-being. That history doesn't deliver neat answers, but it dismantles simplistic takes, exposing the personal toll of maturing too quickly inside a system where safeguarding was never the primary focus.
Fight against Diddy to the grand jury and had to give up 8 videotapes to the feds that contained celebrities in these freak-offs with Diddy is now listing some of the names that he saw on these tapes. And this man said that he got these tapes from a very close friend of Kim Porter's, and these were Kim Porter's tapes that she was going to use against Diddy. And some of the names that he says are some that we have heard rumored over the years. He said he saw Justin Bieber on this tape and he appeared to be underage during this time. He also saw Usher on these tapes and Usher definitely appeared to be underage. And this one gave me the chills because we've heard that Usher is the one that sent Justin Bieber to Diddy. Courtney Burgess sat down with the Too Strong channel here on YouTube and started naming some of the celebrities that he saw on these tapes.
Were kids involved in these parties that you can verify from looking at the tapes?
If Justin Bieber was older than he's supposed to have been, yes. If Usher was older, well, Usher was definitely young.
Okay.
You understand? His shoulder part was, the blood was all in his bed. You understand? It looked like they came home from a event, a party or something.
Went on to explain how Danny Boy was also in one of these videos with Mary J. Blige and Diddy together. And Danny Boy admitted when he was 15 that Mary J. Blige flew him out to New York and he slept with her while he was underage.
The issue here isn't about delivering a legal verdict. It's about understanding human impact. Harm doesn't always arrive with headlines or direct claims. Sometimes it surfaces years later as instability, quiet strain, or pain that never had the space to be named. When pressure and exposure are embedded into the structure itself, damage can accumulate without one dramatic event to point at, and that forces a harder reflection. If the root is systemic rather than singular, why do we demand one clear accusation before acknowledging that something inside the system failed?
BJ, Danny Boy, okay. You know what Danny Boy is? I heard that before. I don't, I've been so far away from hip hop, I forgot, but I have heard that name, Danny Boy. Danny Boy, back then, he looked like he was about 16. They both was about.
He also claimed that Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, were in these videos, and he also said that there was photographs and videos of Diddy eating off of young girls.
Pictures or images of any of this stuff. Yeah, I got Justin Bieber, Will Smith's son, whatever his name is. Other females on the table, they was young. He was eating off them. A lot of entertainments in there. I got calls from certain one to get the tape out of my hand. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
And I have said that if this man testified to the grand jury, the feds had to have some reason to bring him in to actually testify against Diddy. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this man naming all of the people on the Diddy tapes in the comments.
When Diddy's story entered a federal courtroom, the tone shifted. From online debate to structured examination anchored in filings, testimony, and formal procedure. Indictments, rulings, and appeals defined what could be responsibly asserted, while simultaneously expanding the spotlight onto the institutions surrounding the case. Courts are designed to assess conduct, not culture, and that gap leaves deeper structural concerns untouched. The signal is clear. Legality and morality are not identical, and a procedural resolution does not automatically repair systemic harm. So, when a case closes in the record books, the more challenging question lingers: does accountability stop at the verdict, or is that where the real reckoning begins?
Do you think he has a mole or an informant in his camp that's cooperating?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Listen, bro. Just doing law enforcement myself, just take for instance. I think the individual was a Syracuse former basketball player named Jason Barnes or Beard or something like that. He already had drug charges against him. The day Diddy house get raided, they catch him getting on a plane and they put him into custody. Didn't that sound a little weird? People didn't catch that. They either put him in custody for a couple of reasons. You understand? One, to make a witness out of him, or to safeguard him and protect him for anything that could happen to him, because they had already stated, allegedly, that he was some kind of mule for the people over there at Diddy's house. So now, with that information, that he was already known by the government for drug charges, wouldn't that be an individual that you use? I'm gonna give you something different. And I'm gonna give you something else that people don't even think. On the other day, I seen on the video that Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up. And he started tapping him as if he was searching him and see if he had some kind of device on. Did you see that?
Yep.
Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber? And Diddy did that on tape. That means in his mind, he think this person may be a witness, right?
The intersection of 50 Cent, Diddy, Usher, and Justin Bieber highlights a deeper truth about celebrity power structures. Authority concentrates at the top. Vulnerability sinks to the bottom. And accountability often trails behind. Youth is marketed as raw authenticity. Proximity is framed as mentorship, and silence is rewarded as professionalism, shaping a culture where imbalance feels routine instead of troubling. This isn't about pinning everything on one figure. It's about recurring dynamics that repeatedly lead to fallout. When the same framework keeps producing the same consequences, the real issue shifts. At what point do we stop treating the system as background noise and start recognizing it as the central problem?